personally, we all have our belief systems, and I align with the belief system that there is no right or wrong. There is choice, and we learn something from every choice we make. Now, there are obviously choices that do not harm others that I more align with than choices that harm others, given where I am on my path. And so I would make choices that do no harm and align with love and what scientifically one would call a higher output of frequency. But does that mean that someone who makes a different choice than that is bad? And so depending on your belief, it could be that they're learning something, right? And so we honor that belief, and we're not making a judgment or an assessment that one is good or bad. When we say we can choose now to make a different choice and be in love, in the love frequency. And so I am so grateful to Corey for always having those kind of honest conversations and challenging and writing in or making comments or calling and talking to us, because these are the types of conversations in our community that we do encourage, right? We do have different points of view that are all that's self-love, right? When you know what your perspective is and you know where you stand, that's loving yourself, but kindly. Now, Corey would never come to me and say, you are wrong, because he loves himself enough to know that he doesn't have all of the answers, and that he can grow as well, because he's watched himself evolve and his ideals shift and things change just as much as I've done the same thing. And so we never know that we're absolutely right or absolutely wrong. We just know that we're expanding in our awareness as we move forward, which is a part of self-love.
Yes.
So, not to go off subject, but just to expand, when we say we're making a choice in love now, it is a choice. We no longer have to stay in fear. It is a conscious choice that we can make to move into more loving actions. We've been there, we've done that. We have a million t-shirts now about what fear can do for us as a collective society. Is it time to start choosing something different for our own evolution?
Yes, I feel that wholeheartedly. I feel that there are many right now who feel that wholeheartedly. I feel like most of humanity is sick and tired of being treated poorly, sick and tired of feeling fear, and sick and tired of feeling lack.
Yes.
And so we have that opportunity. Choice is our opportunity to understand who we are. Every choice we make is an opportunity to explore our identity. So when we do come from a place of love, then we are tapping into that abundance.
Yes.
And the unique thing about abundance is that it always exists. If your focus is lack, you can be abundantly in lack. But if your focus is love, then you can be abundantly in love. And that love isn't just rainbows and puppies and, which is wonderful in and of itself. But what it means to be love, I think it kind of goes back to us talking about what would love do?
Yeah.
So a lot of us would do something or approach something, and it's never going to be perfect. It's not going to be, we're always going to look back and say, oh, well, could we have done something a little bit better? Sure, there's always room for improvement. That's growth. Our universe is ever expanding, and so are we. But at some point, we know enough through our experience of countless choices of our lives, whether we're a couple years old or 90 years old, we still had enough choices that we can make a conscious choice towards something. And so it is a reason why, at least I feel, why when we see someone in trouble, our natural instinct is to go help them. It doesn't make sense to run into a burning building if we were designed to only focus on our own survival. That's not our makeup. I feel like that's a misunderstanding. If we were only focused on natural selection in that sense, then I feel like we are putting blinders on our true identity, which is love, because we are missing out on the beauty of those experiences, whether it's in nature, animals, or humans alike that have gone out of their way to put themselves in harm to help another animal or help a human, or we've seen animals help humans, we've seen humans help animals. It's natural. That's because we are love. Love is natural. And so when we choose that, all we're doing is choosing ourselves. We're choosing our authentic self. And therefore, every choice we make in love is a practice of self-love.
Yes. And that is a key thing. Because when we begin to have self-love, then we begin to move through the steps to self-actualization. We begin to really tap into, as you were saying about the superhero, right? To honing all of the skills that we brought to place out into this world. We're not questioning what those are anymore. We're not questioning what is my purpose. We're being our purpose because it is flowing through who we are. That question begins to stop because we're embodying it. And that goes back to, it doesn't become a question of, will I run into that building? You become love. That is one of the purposes that we all are in many ways. And if it's not, then that's okay too. It's okay. And we become aligned with all of it.